Welcome to What's Viral Today. Get ready for a whirlwind tour of the latest buzz in politics and sports. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay in the loop with the most viral stories from around the world. Pete Hegseth, a prominent figure at Fox News, has become a focal point in the ongoing discourse surrounding the 2020 U.S. presidential election. As a conservative commentator, Hegseth holds a significant platform, influencing the views of a broad audience. His involvement in the efforts to challenge the election results has thrust him into the spotlight, drawing both support and criticism. Hegseth's communications with Trump officials in the wake of the 2020 election have come under intense scrutiny. Reports suggest that Hegseth actively participated in discussions regarding strategies to overturn the election outcome. The content of these communications, as well as their frequency and timing, have raised questions about Hegseth's role in the events that unfolded following the election. The scrutiny intensified as details emerged regarding Hegseth's level of engagement with key figures in the Trump administration. The extent to which Hegseth's communications went beyond the scope of his role as a journalist remains a subject of debate. Critics argue that his actions blurred the lines between reporting on events and actively participating in shaping them. The 2020 U.S. presidential election was unprecedented in modern history, marked by widespread allegations of voter fraud and irregularities. These claims, primarily emanating from then-President Donald Trump and his supporters, fueled a wave of legal challenges and protests. The nation found itself deeply divided, grappling with the outcome of an election shrouded in controversy. At the heart of the disputes were claims of widespread voter fraud, particularly in key battleground states. Trump and his allies alleged that illegal votes had been counted, while legitimate votes were suppressed, ultimately swaying the election in favor of Joe Biden. These claims were repeatedly dismissed by state and federal courts, as well as election officials from both parties. Despite the lack of evidence to support widespread voter fraud, a significant portion of the American public remained unconvinced. The proliferation of misinformation and disinformation, amplified by social media platforms, further exacerbated the situation. This created an environment where doubts about the election's integrity persisted. Hegseth's involvement in the efforts to challenge the 2020 election results has not gone unnoticed by his Republican colleagues. Several prominent GOP lawmakers have publicly criticized Hegseth's actions, expressing concerns about their potential impact on the party and the democratic process. Senator Mitt Romney, a frequent critic of Donald Trump, condemned Hegseth's involvement, stating that efforts to overturn a democratic election are unacceptable. Romney's statement reflects a growing sentiment within the Republican Party that seeks to distance itself from the events of January 6th and the attempts to undermine the election results. Fox News, Hegseth's employer, has remained relatively silent on the matter. The network has not issued an official statement addressing Hegseth's communications with Trump officials or the subsequent criticism he has faced. It remains to be seen whether Fox News will take any disciplinary action against Hegseth or address the issue in a public forum. The scrutiny facing Pete Hegseth highlights the challenges faced by journalists operating in an increasingly polarized media landscape. As trust in traditional media institutions continues to erode, the line between news and opinion becomes increasingly blurred. Whether Hegseth's actions warrant disciplinary action from Fox News remains to be seen. The network is facing pressure from both sides of the political spectrum, with some demanding Hegseth's termination and others defending his right to free speech. The controversy surrounding Hegseth also raises broader questions about the role of media personalities in a democracy. As individuals with significant platforms, journalists and commentators have a responsibility to report accurately and fairly, avoiding even the appearance of bias or conflicts of interest. The scrutiny facing Hegseth serves as a reminder of the importance of journalistic ethics and the potential consequences of crossing the line from reporting to advocacy.